And hello everyone, this is Yugioh. Welcome back to the channel. So today, the day of this recording, August 24th, is the day after the release date in the OCG for the next deck build pack after Justice Hunters. This is Phantom Revengers. I saw a few boxes of this lying around in Shinjuku and I picked them up, and I'm very excited to crack it open for you guys and see what we get. So what is in this pack? Well, the three new archetypes in this deck build pack are the Kewl Tune, the Enneacraft, and the Hecahands. Enneacraft is this kind of flip pendulum-based strategy. It's very interesting, all about... It's kind of like, in my mind, it's like a spiritual successor to Psyframe. When your opponent does stuff, you flip them up and then they have effects. Hecahands is an illusion fusion archetype based around taking your opponent's monsters. And Kewl Tune is a really interesting synchro archetype based around tuners. All tuners. All of their synchro monsters require tuners. They cannot use any non-tuners. I think of the three, the general consensus that I see is that Hecahands is probably the worst, probably the weakest, with Enneacraft and Kewl Tune seeming very interesting. Other than that, like, I don't really know a lot of what else is in this set. I think Ghostbug gets a reprint. I know Synchro Overtake gets a reprint for Kewl Tune. I'm honestly looking to pull some Hecahands. I have a Chimera deck, and Hecahands fits nicely into it. They're level 6s, they're illusions, so they kind of synergize well with the rest of the Chimera deck. So, without any further ado, let's just crack this open. I think this is one of the first times I've opened a deck build pack on this channel. So deck build packs in the OCG are not like core sets, so they're actually half the size. So in a core set box, you get about 30 packs. In a deck build pack box, you get 15. I think we can reasonably expect maybe 1 or 2 ultras, 1 secret, and maybe 3-4 supers. So about the ratios are, they're a little bit worse than you would expect for a regular box. So let's see what we get. One of the Kewl Tune synchros. Oh, nice! This is one of the Hecahand cards we need. Hecahand Counter Trap, Pot of the Forbidden. This is for Enneacraft, and speaking of which, that's one of the Enneacraft monsters. I like the Enneacraft design. It is also true that they have, I believe, almost all of them have 5 lines of text. So, they actually, no, not 5 lines of text, they have 5 effects, right? 2 pendulum effects, and then 3 monster effects. So, that's right. I honestly don't know why Big Eye is getting a reprint in here. The Hecahands are like level 6s mainly, so I think Big Hand might be for them. Actually, well, I guess this is a 7, but it's also for Hecahands. Counter Trap, and another Kewl Tune synchro. Yeah, so if you didn't notice already, I think every card can come as just like a common like this, or as kind of like a shatter foil like this. I know in Justice Hunters they did a thing where you can get secret rare upgrades of certain commons. And I would imagine they carry that over for Phantom Revengers as well. So Sweeper, this is for, I believe this is for Kewl Tune. Craft, Dharma Cannon, nice reprint, and ooh! So this is Hecahands. That's the name of the card. If there's a normal spell, you can only use 1 effect of this card once per turn. When you activate this card, you can also send 1 other card you control to the graveyard. Add 1 Hecahands monster from your deck to your hand. But if you sent a card to the graveyard when you activate this effect, you can also add you also set 1 Hecahands spell or trap, except this card from your deck. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent draws 1 card, then your opponent discards 1 card. So yeah, so Hecahands kind of work on this idea where not only do they steal your opponent's stuff, but they do it when your opponent adds stuff from their deck to their hand. I think one of them is kind of like another version of a Bestial. It's like when your opponent adds a card, you can summon it from your hand, and then like you can like rip a card out of their hand. Synchro Overtake, Enneacraft, Kewl Tune Synchro, and yeah, so this is what I mean. So this is our Seeker. This is a Seeker upgrade of this Kewl Tune Synchro. This is Kewl Tune Loudness Wall. Loudness Wall, I guess. This is a level 6 light machine synchro tuner. It requires 1 tuner plus 1 or more tuners. So I guess, I don't know why I can't just say 2 or more tuners, but anyway. you can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. The first effect is while this card is in the monster zone, other tuners you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish one Killer Tune monster from your graveyard, and then apply the effect that activates when it's sent to the graveyard as synchro material. So every Killer Tune synchro or tuner has an effect that activates if it's sent to the graveyard as synchro material. So you can apply that effect. It's kind of like Chasmatis, the Dragon Ruler, where you can apply the Dragon Ruler discard effect. There's a really good Killer Tune, which is basically just Hulk. I've seen a lot of people comparing it to Hulk, or you just summon a tuner from hand, deck, or grave. For Synchron. Ooh! Okay. I'll take it. So this is the boss monster for the Enneacraft. This is it's on the pack. This is Enneacraft Atorirych.MAR. This is a level 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Of course, it's Enneacraft. It's a level 9 light machine pendulum flip. Now the pendulum effect is each time a monster is flipped face up, place one, I think it's Enneacraft counter on this card. And then at the start of the battle phase, or at the end of the battle phase, excuse me, at the end of the battle phase, if you have another Enneacraft card in your pendulum zone, you can target one monster your opponent controls with less attack than this card, destroy it. The monster effect is you can reveal this card in your hand, special summon one monster from your hand based on defense position. For the rest of it, also you cannot summon monsters the turn you use this effect, or you can't special monster turn use this effect unless you're summoning face down. During your opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a card on the field, you can change this face down card face up as cost. Negate that effect, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. And then if this card is flipped face up, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position, and they cannot change their battle positions. Card's pretty crazy. I know Enneacraft has gotten a lot of hype. I know one of my friends here was super excited to play the deck. It looks interesting. I know that there's the FTK, but it also just seems very annoying, very irritating to play against. Kind of like how Ciphers used to be. Kewl Tune. This is Spirit of the Fall Breeze. Enneacraft Crackdown. And, oh, we got a foil. This is Enneacraft Isa Beta Leon. This is also a level 9, because it's Ennea. Ennea means 9. Light machine, pendulum flip. Pendulum effect is each time a monster is flipped face up, you place one Enneacraft counter on this card. At the end of the battle phase, if you have another Enneacraft card in your pendulum zone, you can target one monster opponent controls with less attack than this card, destroy it. And then it has the same effect as the whale, right? Reveal it in your hand, summon a monster face down in defense position. The second effect, though, is when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to one of your cards or effects, you can change this face down card to face up defense position. Its cost, return 3 cards on the field, up to 3 cards in the field to the hand. And then while this flipped card is on the field, each time your opponent adds a card to their hand by a card effect, they take 900 damage. All right, we're making pretty good progress. We got our thing, our ultra, one of our supers. We have our secret. I'm not too wild about that secret, but you know, it is what it is. Got the Chanter, Hecahands, Killer Tune, and Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell gets a reprint in here. I'm not entirely sure why. I feel like Ghost Spell wasn't that hard to find anyway. I guess it's a tuner, so you know, we put it with Killer Tune. Hecahands, Ghost Spell, Pinpoint Landing. This is for Enneacraft. And oh, nice. This is a card that I wanted. This is Hecahands Ibel. It's a level 6 light illusion. You can only use the first and third effect of this card once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, return it to the deck, then you can add one Hecahands spell or trap from your deck to your hand. It has the same illusion effect. If it battles a monster, neither one's destroyed. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Hecahands spell or trap in your graveyard and set it. Nice card. Glad we picked it up. Alright. So we're about halfway through this box. honestly, like, not the worst. We did pull one of the supers that I really wanted. The level 6 Hecahands are all supers, I believe. And you need them if you want to play like Hecahands and Chimera or anything, because they're the ones that let you get the big guys out. And oh, we got 2 secrets, huh? I didn't know you could. I didn't know that could happen. So this is Enneacraft. This Asta, not Delta, Asta Pixia, level 9, light machine, pendulum, flip. Each time a monster is flipped face up, place a Enneacraft counter on this card. At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent if you have another pendulum, it's the same effect as the whale and the lion. It has the same effect as the other ones, revealing your hand, summon it face down, or summon a monster face down. It doesn't have to be itself. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, change this face down card face up, negate that effect, then banish one mana card from your opponent's hand face down. And then while this flipped card is on the field, your opponent cannot target cards on the field or graveyard with card effects. Yeah, the more I read the Enneacraft cards, the more I think about them, the more I realize just how frustrating this deck is going to be. Because the effects to summon face down they are not, or rather, if you activate this effect, you don't have to summon it, you can summon a different Enneacraft, right? So your opponent will not know what cards they're dealing with. Yep, that's our playset of Loudness Wall. I just want to point that out. Alright, Chanter, Enneacraft, Killer Tune, more Enneacraft, and Synchro Overtake. Didn't expect Synchro Overtake to get a reprint. I remember when that card came out back, oh man, it must have been like 2-3 years ago. I was like, man, I didn't think this card was that good. Synchro Overtake, Dharma Cannon, and ooh, okay. So this is Killer Tune Mix. This is a level 2 sprite support Wind Warrior tuner, searchable off of Rhoda. That's interesting. If this card would be used as synchro material, you can also use one tuner in your hand as material. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Killer Tune monster except a level 2 from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Nice card. But that's kind of what but as we mentioned earlier with Loudness Wall, right? So for instance, I can go, all right, activate Loudness Wall, banish Mix from my graveyard, target a monster, destroy it. Now, the cool part is I don't believe, now if I understand how effects work, that's not considered an effect that targets. So I don't think you'll be able to use the Enneacraft monsters, right? Because I know that for things like, you know, Verite Anaconda, if you copy Branded Fusion, you can't ash that because the effect of Verite Anaconda is to apply the effect of the spell, not to send from deck to grave. Forbidden, Killer Tune, and oh, that's a super. This is the Sinful City Enneapolis. This card is always treated as an Enneacraft card. This card is really interesting. So you can target any number of Enneacraft monster cards on your field, return them to your hand, so you can reset your board. And then when an Enneacraft Pendulum monster is flipped face up during the main phase, you can choose one of them and you add it to your hand and place it in your Pendulum scale. And then during the end phase, remove all Sin counters or Enneacraft counters from the field, and then burn your opponent for 900 for each. So if you don't know the Enneacraft FTK, there's a combo where basically I think you need to open any one of the Enneacrafts plus Gap the Divine Soldier, and Gap basically says when, as long as on the field, all face-on monsters are changed face-up. And then they can't change their battle positions. So basically what you do is you have Gap the Divine Soldier plus an Enneacraft, and you just keep summoning them. They keep flipping up, which places counters on your Pendulum monsters, and then at the end you can just burn them for like 9,000 damage. So Sweeper, Pinpoint Landing, you, and end it off with just a Killer Tune playlist. So I believe that was what? So 2 secrets, 1 ultra. 2 secrets was unusual, I think. That's 2 supers, 3 supers, So we got 5 supers, 2 secrets, 1 ultra. Interesting ratios. So that is for box number 1. We crack up a box number 2. Let's see what we get. Okay, so here we go. Box number 2. We're still looking for this guy. We're looking for the I know that Hecahands monster is an ultra. I've seen there's another Hecahands fusion monster, and I believe it is. I've only ever seen it as a secret, but it's got to come in a lower rarity. This would be one of the few times, not the only time, in like a deck build pack where one card has only been printed as a secret. But so I don't think that's the case. The big eye. Actually, now that I think about it, Big Eye has to be for Hecahands, because Big Eye's whole effect is taking your opponent's monsters. Bottle of Forbidden, Tune, and we have another one of, it's like a wolf thing. Fourth loud, that's like our 4th or 5th loud in small. Got another copy of Enneacraft. I hope that's not a sign. I'd rather not build Enneacraft. Like, I have so much of the cards already. Dharma Cannon? I know we pulled one earlier, but this is a nice reprint. Master Tau. And, oh, this is the other one. Nice. So this is Hecahands Ibel. I have no idea how to pronounce this. It's a level 6 light illusion. You can only use the first and third effect of this card once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, shuffle it into the deck, then special summon 1 Hecahands monster from your deck in defense, except for this card. Has the illusion effect. If it battles a monster, neither one's destroyed. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Hecahands monster in your graveyard, except for this thing, and special summon it. I think this one's the better of the two. The Hecahands spells and traps are good. They're just, spells and trap monster negates. But being able to get the guys who rip things out of the opponent's hand, that's really good. And, oh, no, that's a fancy Master Tau. Pinpoint landing. Big Eye. Nice. Okay, this is the card I was talking about. The card that I've only ever seen as a secret rare. This is the big Hecahands fusion. So this is Hecahands Zeno, the Omni King. No, this is a level 2, 4, 6, 8, level 9. A level 9 Dark Illusion fusion requires 3 Hecahands monsters. You can only use the first and third effect of the card once per turn. During either player's main phase, you can randomly look at 2 cards in your opponent's face-down extra deck, and then special summon 1 of them to your field. Has the same illusion effect, right? And then, if this fusion summon card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can take control of any number of monsters your opponent controls. Really funny effect. Really funny effect. And honestly, it's not the good one. It's supposed to be the boss monster, but but that's not the one you want. You really need the guy in the pack. Well, we got 2 supers, though. We still haven't seen our secret. I think that was just a fluke. I don't think you're supposed to get 2 secrets in a box. Oh, I hope that's not... Oh, actually, it's not a secret anyway. It's another loudness wall. Come on. Nice. That's our place on Dharma Cannons. That's good to see. Excellent. Okay, good. We got him. So this is Hecahands Jauza. This is a level 2, 4, 6, level 8 Light Illusion fusion. Requires 1 Hecahands monster plus 1 illusion monster. Must be fusion summoned or summoned from your extra deck by sending 1 illusion monster and 1 monster your opponent owns that you control the graveyard. So you take their monster, you send that off, plus your illusion, you make this thing. And then you can only use the first effect of the card once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 Hecahands card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and then also it has the illusion effect. This is the Searcher, so this gets to the Hecahand monster that you need. Glad we pulled one. We need at least 1 for Chimera. Like there's so many engines that I want to play in Chimera now, right? Azumina, you've got Fiendsmith. No, I'm gonna copy Hecahands. You've got just like all the regular Chimera stuff, right? You can play things like Abaoku, but it's the extra space is so tight. I've even seen one Chimera list I was playing the new Dark Magician from the Tactical Tri-Pack. Because Diabell Star will dig for the Azuminas. Unipoint went to a Diabell Star anyway. And then you can turn it into Dragoon. Like, there's so much stuff, but there's just not enough space. It's so frustrating. Alright, coming up on the last 3 packs, we have not pulled our secret yet. I watch, it's gonna be another Kewl Tune Loudness Wall. And oh, got another one in the line. Huh. Okay. No secret. Yet. I suppose if we don't get one in this box, we already saw 2 in the first one, so I suppose it balances out. Sweeper, Loudness Wall, Fleur Synchron. Alright, here we go. Our last pack. Actually, did we pull our secret? We didn't. That's a super. Alright, well, this is the secret or bust. And, again, if it's not, it's fine. We pulled 2 from our first box. Alright, here we go. Fleur Synchron. Hecahands Quick Play Spell. Spirit of the Fall Breeze. And... okay. I guess no secret in this box. That's alright. So, overall, I mean, pretty successful box. We got a lot of Enneacraft cards. A lot of Enneacraft cards. This is how big the Enneacraft pile is. This is the Kewl Tune pile. Yeah, this one's slightly bigger. And this one is the Hecahands pile. Got a lot of Enneacrafts. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what we got. We got all of at least one of every card that I need. So hopefully we can kind of make an interesting Chimera deck. So that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do whatever you do whenever you like a video on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.